That was a long wait. After over a decade, Blizzard's StarCraft 2 is finally out, offering a lot that's familiar and a lot new. For the sequel, it seems Blizzard's general philosophy was to play it safe with its real-time strategy formula. You won't find any radically new gameplay mechanics here, and won't find any new races. It's still Protoss, Zerg, and Terran forces battling it out, with plenty of added elements to the old gameplay frame, a reworked single-player campaign, and insanely high production values. Blizzard's unwillingness to take a risk is only a minor complaint. While many might find the multiplayer portion to be intimidating considering how many skilled players are out there, StarCraft 2 also offers an impressively presented single-player campaign. This game, subtitled Wings of Liberty, is meant to be the first part of a trilogy and focuses on the Terran race. The tale follows outlaw Jim Raynor on a mission to overthrow a corrupt emperor. At first it seems a simple story, but quickly gets complicated by the arrival of a few familiar faces. It takes a while to gain momentum, and the personalities are fairly stereotypical, but considering the level of interaction and character development here is more comparable to a role-playing game than a real-time strategy title, it's not so hard to get swept up in the drama. With a powerful gaming machine, StarCraft 2 can be an incredibly pretty game. The character models and the cutscenes are superbly detailed and animated, helping to create a sense of identity and personality alongside the dialogue and voice acting. Animations and effects on the field of battle are especially impressive, like units bursting into flame, being dissolved by acid, or getting cleaved in half. Alongside the solid visuals is a top-tier interface worked into Blizzard's Battle.net service for online battles and delivering the story in the campaign. While following along with the story, you're free to click Jim Raynor around his starship, interact with characters to get more of the story, upgrade your units, select the next destination, watch newscasts, and even play around with a Lost Viking arcade game. All this is backed up with a fantastic soundtrack that helps set the mood. The dialogue can be pretty cheesy at times, but in a likable 1980s action movie kind of way.
Damn, Jimmy. You've been holding out on me.
Sci-fi cliches like prophecies and unlikely heroes are deeply ingrained in the tale, but it's still a fun popcorn story to follow along with, filled with enough humor to prevent its serious parts from becoming too overbearing.
I'm a model citizen now.
For those terrified of ever heading online, you should know Blizzard has built in a large number of tutorials and hints for total newcomers, as well as a structured challenge mode to help out with figuring out what units do what and what they're good for. The way Battle.net automatically places you into leagues and divisions ensures you'll be playing against opponents of roughly similar skill level, and if you do get blown out of the water, you can always save and re-watch a match using the detailed replay system. In StarCraft 2, the gameplay differs quite a bit between single-player and multiplayer portions. In both, you'll still gather resources to build armies, but in the Wings of Liberty campaign, there are a host of units not included in the multiplayer. This is great news for fans, since it means the return of units like medics and firebats, and is good for everyone else since it means there'll be more choices when setting up your army. The real star of the story mode, though, is the mission design. Despite the large number of missions included here, Blizzard managed to make each feel unique. Whether it's a wall of fire moving slowly across a map, missions with small groups of units where you use stealth to nuke enemy objectives, defense missions, and ones where you race against the clock, you'll always be tangling with different dynamic threats and pressures along with the enemy forces. Combined with all the upgrades and unlocks, it means you're being fed new challenges and abilities to keep the action exciting, as well as uncovering more parts of the story. Online, it's a whole different style of play. Protoss, Zerg, and Terran races are all playable here. The three factions are just as diverse as ever, retaining many of the mechanics that set them apart in the first place, as well as gaining plenty of new abilities. Learning all of the new tricks and tactics will keep you busy for a long time, and considering Battle.net's excellent automated league placement system, you get a good sense of how your skill is progressing. It's been a long break between titles, but with StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty, Blizzard's delivered one of the best real-time strategy experiences around. It's very familiar, traditional territory, but even in its early stages is already precision-tuned, polished, and a lot of fun to play. Blizzard doesn't do much to re-engineer the genre with StarCraft 2, but does deliver one of the most fully featured and finely wrought strategy titles available. For more on StarCraft 2, head over to IGN.com.